Hey guys and gals, my name is Kuars and welcome back to another video. Now, as you guys might or might not know, by definition, I am technically a game developer, right? I've made games, I've put them on the internet before, they're on itch.io. I think the link was kuars14.itch.io if you want to check them out. If you are going to check out any of my games though, I would suggest scrolling all the way down on my page, and then there's like a list of actually good games I've made. If you're going to try one of them from that list. Anyway, this is definitely not the first time I've talked about like my game dev stuff on this channel. However, this is going to be the first time I'm going to be talking about like how to get into that stuff. First of all, okay, let's get something straight here. Think of your dream game, right? What would you make if you could make anything, right? Maybe like a big RPG, an FPS game with like AAA graphics and everything like that, or maybe like a platformer game with like 1,000,000 levels. Think of that game, and think of how you're not gonna make that. Let's be honest here. Whatever your dream game is, it's probably way out of your scope, especially as someone who doesn't even have an idea of where to start on recreating 1-1 on fucking Super Mario Brothers. So let's keep our scope small, okay, for now and for the foreseeable future. Now what you need to do is you need to pick an engine that you want to start off on. If you've been a gamer the past few years, I'm sure you've heard of the word game engine, even if you haven't really understood what it means. If I could explain it like really simply, have you used Roblox Studio? It's kind of like that, but like on a bigger scale usually. A game engine is pretty much like a compilation of tools and stuff like that is packed with a nice user-friendly UI to make games with. There's also a big three of like game engines, which is kind of funny in my opinion, but it consists of Unity, Godot, and Unreal Engine. Most games that you play these days are made with one of those engines, or Game Maker if you're an Undertale or Deltarune fan. Now, does this mean that you have to use one of those engines? Fuck no, you can use whatever you want. One of the game engines I use is fucking ClickTeam Fusion 2.5, right? Never heard of it? Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. It's kind of niche. The only way you would be able to recognize what ClickTeam Fusion 2.5 is if I told you it's the same engine that was used to make the first 4 FNAF games. Okay, whatever. Let's assume you picked your engine, alright? How do you learn about any of this? Now, for that, you can just freaking search up like engine name tutorial, how to do this, and then it'll probably show up. So instead, dude, let me give you some videos and like channels to actually inspire you and, you know, get you to understand the the process of game development. First of all, Brackeys, 100%. You have to watch like at least one Brackeys video in your entire life if you want to get into game development, bro. Second of all, Danny, even if the guy hasn't been freaking uploading anything since like the last 3 years, I think the guy is still a goldmine for like game dev content that is also entertaining for people that don't understand game dev stuff. Oh, what, you don't know who Danny is? Come on, yes you do. You know, the guy that made Crab Game, the guy that made Muck, the guy that probably made Megabonk. You know who he is. Next up, Bargy also makes pretty good game dev content. He's not as good as Danny, but you know, that's a high bar. Alright, next up is a recommendation that is very personal to me. 2 Clicks Phillips, the Game Making Journey series, has got to be like the most motivating series to watch if you're trying to get into game development. Like, not only is this series like 70% of the reason I'm even doing game dev, it's also the main reason why I got ClickTeam Fusion. I don't care if FNAF was made in it, dude. I just care if it was the same engine that 2 Clicks Philip used. It is the game making journey. But seriously, there is a lot of wisdom that you can gain from this series, and it's just a gold mine, honestly. Alright, let's go back to the topic that I talked about in like the beginning of the video, right? Don't make your dream game. At least not yet and not for a long time. So, Kuars, what should I make? Especially as my first game, what should I make? Honestly, dude, it could be anything. If you think about it, it's kind of the same as the process of thinking about your first video on YouTube or something that I talked about on this video. Hopefully, I'm not too lazy to not put it on screen right now. Like your first game or first anything really. Like this applies to literally anything creative. Your first isn't gonna be good. Right? My first game was fucking Chug Jug With You, the game. It was ass. It was bad. It was so bad. But that's the thing, dude. Without making bad games, you can't learn how to make good games. So you're gonna fucking make games and you're gonna make them, dude. Just continue making them. And like I said before, like if you're trying to do something in a game engine, you can literally just search up how to do it. But one of the main reasons I don't like recommend the engine that I'm using as one of my main engines, which is Click Team Fusion, is because it is so niche that you will hardly find tutorials for it, especially on more niche topics as well. So if you're just starting out, I would also recommend engines like Godot or Unreal Engine. Honestly, those two I would recommend. Unity, maybe not so much because they're kind of assholes, but Godot and Unreal Engine, they work, right? They work and they work well. Godot especially is, from what I heard, goated, right? That engine is open source. It has anything that you would want in it, and if it doesn't, then you can just download a plugin that makes it so it has it. And on top of that, again, it's open source. If there's a problem, people can figure it out and tell it to the devs, and they're going to just push an update for it. And again, since it's a pretty popular engine, there's a shit ton of tutorials for it, right? So if you want to do anything in it, there's probably a tutorial for it. However, I would also recommend Unreal Engine if you're going specifically for like a realism type of game, and also if you're just not interested in coding at all, because Unreal Engine has the blueprint system, which is a freaking lifesaver for me. I don't like coding at all, right? I've done it a little bit, but I don't know, just like I just can't get behind it. But yeah, like we live in a world where you don't have to know how to code to be able to make a game, which is awesome. And that too, like it is probably the best time to be a game developer right now, right? And it gets better with each passing moment. Also, don't use AI, okay? Don't be a pussy. Come on, you can code it yourself. You're not that bad. Toby Fox was able to code Undertale in someone else's house with no programming knowledge. Speaking of Undertale, I don't know if you guys have seen Undertale's code. It is atrocious, right? And honestly, that entire game is proof that your game doesn't need to be like coded well or even perform well. It just has to be good. Like when you're playing Undertale, you don't think about, oh shit, the code in this game is ass. You're thinking, holy fuck, these characters, this soundtrack, this gameplay, it's so good. That's what you're freaking thinking. So yeah, case in point, if you want to be a game dev, you could just do it, right? We live in that age. You can just be a game developer now. So yeah, if you ever thought, I want to be a freaking game dev, go and freaking do it, dude. You don't need me to tell you to do it. Just go and do it. But yeah, that was pretty much all I can talk about for this video. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You could also, this video is sponsored by me, by the way. You can donate to me. That's right. Link in the description. Donate to me. Give me all your money. Anyways, yeah, turn your notification bell on if you want to also be notified when I'm live and stuff. You could also join the Discord for extra notifications like Samurai Plus releases and or updates. Anyhow, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!
I'm walking lonely, got no homies, feeling like a ghost. She don't feel me anymore, she says I'm never home. I got no lights on, I'm slumped in my chair again. She never come home, she never will feel me again. I cannot differentiate a day since 2016.